Hi, my name is Bengt Nilsson and I'm from Velocity Management Group. Today I'm going to present the power of the load view in our project management tool Velocity. So if you are a resource manager, or if you for other reasons have interest in how loaded your resources are, or if you want to find out what spare capacity you have for other projects, or if you want to find out what additional capacity you need for future scenarios, then it is essential that you can analyze the load. So in Velocity, you usually come in and you see the project status of your projects like this. And you can select different portfolios or pipelines to view. But if you want to look at the resource load, you go to Resources and you check the load graph. And then you check what portfolio or pipe am I interested in. So here it's the A pipe. And then you can check what load you have. And you can look at this load in different views. So one view is that you see the load from each project in different colors. And if you want to find out what project is what color, you just use the tip tool and you can see this is order 401 and then the pink one here is order 407. You can also see that your projects are shown below as timelines. So here you have all your projects. And in fact, you can expand on a project to see what tasks in that project are participating in giving the load that we are viewing. And in fact, if you want to see exactly what load a certain task is contributing, you can click on it and you're able to see what resource and how many hours, how loaded that resource is. So you can go get to all the details you need. So here we have one that has two different resources on it. What you also can do here is you can look at the load not using the colors, not to distinguish between what load comes from what project. You can also see what risk is the load. So red means that here are some tasks that have limited slack or no slack left. So they are critical. If they are delayed, they may delay the delivery of the project. The yellow ones have some slack left and the green ones have lots of slack. So it means that if you open up a project, so here is the one that has the red tasks. If we open up another one, we can see that that project, the load from that project is not as time critical as the load from this project. And here we also have some more green tasks. So you can see how time critical the work is in each project. What you also can do here is you can zoom in. So maybe you want to look at, okay, this load here looks interesting. And then you will just see the projects participating there and you can see what tasks, what is going on in that area. And you can of course go back. Now when you have a load like this, you can try to figure out what resources are contributing with what load. But in Velocity we have a new unique way of analyzing that. So the view we have here, we can look at it in something we call the bottlenecks view. So you just click here, and what you will get is a table. And let me explain the table that we see. So what we see here now is a list of the different resources that have a load, that build the load we saw before as a graph. And the interesting thing here is that we can select a certain time bucket, like let's say the first 4 weeks, and we can say, show me what resource is most loaded in the first 4 weeks. So you click on it here and it will be sorted. So it turns out that Anna, a designer, is loaded to 132%, whereas the whole group of software is loaded at 109%. Usually when you do this type of analysis, you're more interested in the load on a group level, so you can make this more abstract by clicking group, and you will just see your different competence or groups. And we can see that the only group that is overloaded is 109%, is the G software. So even though, if you remember what the graph looked like, we could see that we had some spare capacity, we can see that it's not evenly distributed. So there is actually one group that is overloaded, whereas the other ones are not loaded to 100%. If you would rather think of this as in hours, you can say that for the first 4 weeks, the software group has 568 hours available, and we are currently trying to use 609 of those. So that is where the overload comes from. And as you can see, the other groups are not loaded to 100%. So there are spare hours. Okay, so this means that the critical resource for us is G software. So let's zoom in and see what they are doing. So we click on that, and we get all the tasks that they are doing, and we can see here that here we have a problem. Here we have something that involves software, and it is in fact red. So it means that our bottleneck has some time critical work to do. Other work is not so critical, but we can see that there are a lot of projects involved using G software, and we can see that some of that work is really time critical. And this we can take into further analysis, but this gives us a unique insight in what is hidden behind that load graph that we saw before, and we can figure out ways now to avoid getting into problems because of the load situation. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you found this helpful. Check out our other videos